Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Lady Raven.
Hurry, come on.
Wait. I gotta tie my shoe.
No dad jokes, this is serious. Come on.
I'm sorry. Lady Raven!
Trap is a 2024 psychological thriller film written, directed and produced by M. Night Shyamalan, a co-production between United Kingdom, United States and Yemen, and starring Josh Hartnett, Ariel Donahue, Salika Knight Shyamalan, Hayley Mills and Alison Pill. It follows a serial killer evading a police blockade while attending a concert with his daughter. Shyamalan is a director that is very uneven in his filmography. For over a decade now, you don't really ever know what you're going to get with him. You will either get one of the worst movies ever, like The Last Airbender, or you will get some of the best thrillers or alien invasion movies in The Sixth Sense and Signs. For the past 5+ years though, he has stopped making truly terrible movies, even though his movie Old wasn't good either, but movies like last year's Knock at the Cabin was actually back to form with him, even though that wasn't perfect either. A lot earlier than that we got the movie The Visit that was actually a fantastic movie, very underrated in many ways. This time he is back with Trap, and he yet again has a unique concept, with Josh Hartnett playing the main role. Josh Hartnett, who is no stranger to horror movies, in the 90s he was both in The Faculty and Halloween H2O. He later did movies like Pearl Harbor and Black Hawk Down. I remember him very well as a quite good young actor. He then didn't do much for a period of time and then later came back with roles in Guy Ritchie movies and most recently Oppenheimer, and now this, so it's kind of a resurgence of Josh Hartnett in a way, and I'm happy about that because he was one of those popular actors from the 90s. Now we'll talk about the plot of this movie in detail, so if you have not seen Trap, then I suggest you go watch it and then come back to this video, unless you want to be spoiled of course. Here we go. Philadelphia firefighter Cooper Adams takes his teenage daughter Riley to pop star Lady Raven's concert as a reward for her good grades. There, Cooper notices the unusually high police presence around the concert venue. He learns from a vendor named Jamie that the FBI plans to catch a serial killer known as the Butcher, having learned that he will be in attendance. Cooper is revealed to be the Butcher himself, secretly checking footage on his phone of his latest captive victim, Spencer, in a basement. He steals Jamie's ID card and learns the passphrase that will identify him as an employee, using the card to gain access to a back room and steal a police radio. Hearing a woman predicting his movements over the radio, Cooper sets off an explosion in a food stand's kitchen and uses the chaos to access the roof, where he learns from a police officer that the manhunt is led by Dr. Josephine Grant, an FBI profiler. Confused by Cooper's behavior, Riley asks him to stay with her. She talks about being chosen as Lady Raven's dreamer girl, who gets to dance on stage with the singer and receives backstage access, which Cooper believes has the only exit not covered by the police. Cooper lies to Lady Raven's uncle that Riley recently recovered from leukemia, getting her selected to be the dreamer girl. However, after the concert ends, Cooper learns that police are also guarding the backstage exit. He privately reveals himself as the Butcher to Lady Raven, threatening to remotely kill Spencer if she does not escort him and Riley out in her limousine. She complies but asks to come to Riley's house, where she stalls for time by explaining the FBI operation to the family, unsettling Cooper by describing Grant's profile of him as someone with maternal issues and obsessive-compulsive disorder. She also explained that the police discovered details about the Butcher's attendance at the concert via a torn ticket receipt, left in a vacant house that was reported anonymously. Lady Raven steals Cooper's phone and locks herself in the bathroom. She gets details from Spencer about where he was taken and live streams it to her fans, one of whom finds and rescues him. She outs Cooper to his wife, Rachel, and he locks his family upstairs while Lady Raven texts her driver to contact the police. Cooper attempts to drive off with Lady Raven, but Cooper's family distracts him long enough for her to escape. The police arrive and Cooper flees the house through a secret tunnel, before disguising himself using a SWAT uniform and driving the limousine off with Lady Raven.
Don't rat me out. I won't. You know the butcher? The freaking nut job that goes around just chopping people up? Well, the feds or whatever heard that he's gonna be here today, so they set up a trap for him. This whole concert? It's a trap.
After he reveals his identity, she unlocks the window and draws a mob of fans to stop him so the FBI can catch up. But Cooper changes into a fresh set of civilian clothes and gets away. Cooper returns home and confronts Rachel. Rachel confesses that she had suspected that he was the butcher and was the one who left the receipt in the vacant house for the police to find. Cooper decides to kill her and then himself, but Rachel persuades him to at least share some leftover pie made for his daughter. After Cooper admits his hatred for Rachel in causing him to miss seeing his children grow up, he realizes Rachel drugged the pie with pills from his tool bag, leading him to hallucinate his mother, expressing pride in him for feeling a real emotion. The hallucination is actually Grant, impersonating Cooper's mother to calm him down, and he is tased by SWAT officers as he walks up to her. As he is led away, he stops to adjust Riley's bicycle and shares a tearful embrace with her before being loaded into a police van. As it drives away, Cooper starts to pick his cuffs with a bicycle spoke he secretly took, laughing to himself. In a mid-credits scene, Jamie learns of Cooper's identity while watching the news. So that was the plot of Trap, and I have to say that this movie overall is a good movie from Shyamalan. It has a quite unique setup with a serial killer being trapped at a pop concert with his daughter, and there is police everywhere, and he tries to get out without his daughter noticing anything strange about the situation. The relationship between father and daughter is normal until it becomes very unsettling, because when you find out who this guy is and how cold he is, the interactions between him and his daughter become very interesting. It's interesting because he is in fact a serial killer, but he treats his daughter as any father would and is seemingly on the surface a normal man with a family, and he is very intelligent, so he can keep the two very contrasting worlds apart. It is an interesting study by itself, how serial killers in most cases try to make you think they are fully normal and that there is no danger there while hiding the monster within. It is an interesting character study in that way, even though it doesn't go a lot in depth here, but seeing him switch between psycho mode and dad mode is very interesting. Josh Hartnett is great as Cooper here. Some scenes that can feel a bit overacted, but it works for what kind of character Cooper is, and it works for the world the movie has built. I think this is one of Josh Hartnett's best performances so far. In fact, all the actors do a great job here. The only thing is that Shyamalan's dialogue can at times feel clunky, but almost all his dialogue in all his movies feel clunky. It is a style he uses, and it works for his movies. The plot holes are big here. You kind of have to go with a lot of things to make this story work properly. There are many cases where you just scratch your head about how events play out in the movie, but at the same time the movie is a very fun watch. The cinematography is great when it comes to the movement and lighting. Shyamalan really lights Hartnett in many scenes where his eyes become very dark, like there's a demon hiding in him, and it creates this very nice contrast behind this good dad and the monster he actually is. The music here is written by Shyamalan's daughter, and she plays the artist that is having this concert. She also gets a bigger role in the movie in the third act, and I have to say she is okay, but there was some weak acting here and there from her, even though she wasn't terrible. The movie visually looks good for what it is. The movie mostly takes place in this concert hall, except for some cutaways here and there, and in the third act a full location change happens too. But visually it looks good for what it is supposed to be. The movie's biggest problem is the dialogue and the plot events that happen where you just have to suspend your disbelief a bit too much. And it would have been nice to have gotten the background story for why Cooper is the way he is, what made him a serial killer, and how he became so good at separating the dad role and the serial killer role for the time he did, because it seems in the movie that he has been the butcher for a while, and he is kind of famous for it. But overall, this movie is a good movie. I have seen many say it's terrible, but I wouldn't quite go there at all. Is it perfect? No. It has many flaws, but the things that work really work. I'm giving this movie a 6 out of 10. I have not been uploading videos in a scheduled manner over the summer, but I will get back to the scheduled videos in the fall. If you liked this video, please like, share and subscribe. This has been Boogeyman Cinema. Thank you for watching.